I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen this.
This week, I'm sitting down with Kel Mitchell to talk about his life, his career, and everything in between on Throwback with Nickelodeon. I'm your host, Anthony Padilla. I'm a dude. He's a dude. Today, Kel Mitchell is here. What's up, man?
I'm good, brother.
How you
Good
doing?
to see you, man.
Kel, you ready to throw back?
Oh, let's throw back.
I am a huge fan of all that.
Thank you, man.
And so, Kel, I want to know, what were the reactions from the other kids at school when you got cast on all that?
Well, I was trying to keep things secret, like even
Yeah.
when they said it's picked up. But then I remember one of my teachers, he played it. I heard myself. Like
In
I
another
was,
room or
No,
something
I
you
was
heard?
walking to class and like
Oh.
I heard like all that playing.
Yeah.
And I walk in and he's like, "Oh yeah, I saw this new show and Kel's on it." And I'm like, "Bro, like what are you
Like,
telling?
that's my
you're
secret."
You're telling everybody." After that, it took off, man. It took.
For all that, what were
Okay.
the auditions like?
So I go in there and I went blank.
Whoa.
Because I was thinking monologue, but then finals was just coming in. There was
yeah.
numbers and all this, and then I went blank, and that never happens. And they were like, "Yo, you want to go out and just practice it, come back in?" So I go back out, I practice it. I'm like, "Yo, Kel, you got to do this," talking to myself. So I went back in, and they said, "You know what, instead of monologue, start off with some impersonations."
Ooh.
So I started off with that, and I did Good Burger in the Room. Because I did like a dude voice. I also did my coach at my school, which was Coach Cretin. We got to LA for the second round.
Yeah.
What was crazy was like, it was like the Avengers, man. It was like
What?
every funny kid from every walk of life, like from different cities, all together to battle it out to be on all that. So that was cool.
When you first got on set, what was
Okay.
that like?
The first day we all met all the kids, Keenan was the last one to come in.
Yeah.
And he came in with like all his Mighty Ducks garb on. So
Was he
came in-
asked to do that?
No, he had his gear, you know what I mean? He just finished filming. He came in, did a little skirt with
Yeah.
all the stuff, and he had a bag, and I was
Were you like,
cracking
"This is
up.
the coolest guy on earth"?
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, that kid, we're gonna hang out. So it was like, we ended up hanging out. Yeah, it was hilarious.
How involved were you guys with the writing process?
The cool thing about the writers and the producers on the show, they allowed us to improv. They gave us like a lot of go ahead as far as our characters. Like with my characters, I had to really become them. So Josh had this character where he had a remote and he can like touch the button and forward his sister arguing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so he had a pizza come quick, and I was a pizza guy. I came in, and I needed a voice. And so I was like, "Here's your pizza." And that was it,
Sorry,
right?
that brought me back
Yeah,
so
I know,
quickly.
right?
Just you doing that voice right now, I'm like, it's 1995 again.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Oh.
So I did that, "Here's your pizza," and they were like, "Oh, we like that." So they created Good Burger.
Yeah.
And then I was like, he needs something, man. So I went into the makeup room, and I saw like this Milli Vanilli braids, Brandy, I Want to Be Down braids. And then I just started doing a walk, and like, yeah, and that's how Ed came to be, man.
All right, a little rapid fire here. I'm going to throw out some characters,
Uh-oh.
and I want to
Okay.
see the first thing that you think of.
Okay.
Mavis and Clavis.
Oh, man. Legendary moment.
Yeah?
That was the moment we figured out that me and Keenan had like this partnership.
Chemistry.
That chemistry was right there. That was like the first one they put us together with, and we just started joking and riffing off of each other. And it was like he would say something, I knew exactly
Yeah.
what he was gonna say, and it was kind of crazy. That's when we both saw it. Yeah.
And that was within the first couple weeks? or
yeah,
what?
yeah,
What?
yeah, because we were introducing TLC. Yeah.
When I used to watch that, I
Yeah.
assumed you guys were just childhood best friends.
Yeah, everybody thinks that. They think
Yeah.
like we grew up in the same like neighborhood and everything.
Seems like you grew up in the same house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You guys knew each other so well. Kenan Thompson.
Keenan Thompson, brother, man. That's
Yeah.
brother, that's family, and I would say consistency. He's very consistent in his talent, you know what I mean? And just keep bringing it every time.
How much pressure did you guys feel when you guys first started Kenan and Kel?
The pressure?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was no pressure.
No pressure?
No, bro. They took us to the side when the hiatus was going on. They were like, "Yo, we want to give you two your own show. Keep it quiet, though." And they were just like, when everybody goes back on hiatus, you guys are going to film this pilot. We were just always hanging out, and that's kind of like how they got the idea. They was like, "Yo, we got to do something with these guys together." And so for us, it was just like, oh, okay, we're doing what we always do, but now in a, sitcom. I remember thinking of the name, because we had a big dinner with all the producers and the writers, and we were all sitting there at the table, and they had a list of names. So it was gonna be called something else at first.
Do you remember any of these other names?
I don't know. Me and my homie. It was like all this weird stuff. You know what I mean? All
It
these,
would have been a very different show.
yeah, it was like about 10 or 15 names
Yeah.
on there, and none of them worked. And I just remember somebody going, "Oh, he's Keenan, he's Kel, Keenan, Kel," and that's literally how it happened.
Now I want to talk about the new All That.
Let's go.
What advice have you given that new generation of kids?
I told them just to have fun.
Yeah.
And, you know, and give it your all. You know what I mean? Give it your all in every character. Put that you factor, you know, that creativity you were blessed with, throw that into each character. Because, you know, as an actor, you got to be you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and stay you. Like, sometimes it's confusing at times because, you know, a lot of people will blow smoke and give you whatever, and you start thinking that. You know what I mean? And you're just kind of in that world. It's like always on, and it's like, don't forget who you really are. Like, you were special before you even got on the show. When you were born, you were a special person.
What advice would you give to these kids?
When I look at it, I see our journey, you know, what everybody's doing now.
Is it strange
Yeah.
to look back at a photo like this when you guys
Man.
had no idea what was in store for you?
Yeah, man. That was the pilot episode. I think that was right after we shot the Cool Shoes episode.
So
Yeah,
you had
man.
no idea this was going to be
Yeah.
kind of like, the rest of my life is happening, and this is,
Yeah.
I'm going to be known for this.
We didn't know. Like, I even the producers, we didn't know how big this thing was going to be.
When people recognize you,
Yeah.
what do they usually say?
I'd get Good Burger probably 4 or 5 times out of the day.
Yeah.
Then Orange Soda would be at the next top. You know what I mean?
Good Burger, orange soda.
Yeah.
Who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda.
Who dropped the screw in the tuna?
Well, that would be me, sir.
I did it! I did it! Keenan! I dropped the screw in the tuna!
I dropped the screw in the tuna.